was Bob Marley, you were able to skank and
It
all
was
those
Eric
things.
Donaldson, it was Pt.2, it was all of them, yes. But I found the need to sing. And it appeared a little strange at the time, yes, that you would sing reggae in church. But he saw me through. Of course, there was the initial challenge of acceptance. Why did you bring this Rasta to church? And so on. But I'm glad I stopped there.
There was no dreads at any point, right?
No. Some dreads grew inward. You didn't know that?
Really?
Yes, indeed.
Did you plan to make money from music at any point?
Did I plan to make money?
Or are you making money from music?
Oh, yes, indeed, I'm making money from music. Why not?
Good.
Okay, yeah, somebody
Good money
mentioned-
too.
Good money too. I want some, please. I want good money too. Somebody mentioned something along the lines of you taking interest in indigent children and
Yes,
helping
indeed.
them.
Yes, indeed.
What's your passion with that one, and what are you doing?
My passion for the indigent child is not so far removed from my passion to end violence among our young people. You know, violence does not begin and end with the unfortunate success of a suicide bomber when he blows himself up and takes lives, or the armed robber who pulls out a gun and shoots people after robbing them. These things begin from the neglect of the child. And so when a few years ago my pastor sounded a clarion call and said, every child is your child, and all of us have a responsibility to look out for the indigent child around us. Go to the inner cities and get them out. Give them a good education. Give them a good spiritual teaching and upbringing. I joined the team that went, and today I partner with the inner city mission of Christ Embassy Church in taking our children off the streets.
Is that the church you attend?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. So within that church, there is that passion which you're one of the people driving it to
That's
help.
right. That's right.
Now, how do you get across? Because we just had Pastor Etoy Godalu talking about the community work that Trinity House is doing, and you're talking about what your own church is doing. Why do we still have this perception that church is a lot more insular and there is not a lot of work being done to help communities?
Why do we still have that perception?
Yes.
It's a question I keep asking myself. Maybe they don't know. Maybe the world doesn't know or hasn't seen these things. But the church is playing a major role in nation building. A lot of churches are doing this. Come September, about 10.5 million children, Nigerian children, will not be able to go back to school. They are indigent children. Except someone pays their fees, they will not return to school in September. And I, alongside some other ambassadors of the inner city mission, have decided to I'm sending 500 children back to school in September. And I'm asking people to partner with me, and people have been partnering with me to pay the school fees of these children. Now, there's some other church, and that's not all that the church does. Churches everywhere have become, or have always been, if you ask me, socially responsible.
Did you make your piece, what you're wearing?
I'm glad to announce to you that I did.
That was so easy. Well, let me ask you, what would you say brought you into fashion design? You're a man of many sides. Like you've been able to explore almost everything about
I'll
you.
take that for a compliment. Thank you very much.
Yes, so.
When I was in the University of Lagos, doing a PhD program, I found the need to make some money on the side. So I began to trade in fabrics. Go buy fabrics, sell, make some more money. But then there came a need for me to not just sell cloth to them, but to try my hands at making those clothes. So I went to I went somewhere, got some tutorials, and there I began to make clothes.
You're one of the sharp guys in school.
That's your turn.
So in terms of going forward now, let's go back to your music. Going forward, where do you see your music in the next 5-10 years?
When I envisage 5-10 years from now, and every time I shut my eyes, I see me taking more and more children off the streets of Lagos and major Nigerian cities, off the slums, off the inner cities. I see me in 5 years putting thousands of children in school through my music. I see me drawing so many people out of darkness into light by way of evangelism. Yes, I see me impacting young people in our secondary schools and in our campuses as well, shepherding them away from a mindset of violence so that Nigeria becomes a safer place. Our young people do not make violence an option any longer. 5-10 years from now, I'll still be playing music if Jesus tarries, yes?
Okay, so it seems your focus, as far as music is concerned, is also intertwined very closely with your mission of helping children and helping other people.
Yes, indeed.
So you mentioned something earlier which I'm quite interested in terms of getting children back to school. How much is it, what would it cost to get a child back to school?
30,000 naira, $200 gets a child to school in my program. And I figure that to get 500 children, 500 of such children who otherwise would not go back to school, to get them back to school, 500 of them would cost me 15 million naira. And I'm asking all my friends, I'm asking my partners, I'm asking those who may not even know me, but who would want to see this happen, and who would want us to make this a culture.
What would the 30,000 naira buy?
It would pay their tuition. I'm not talking about sending them back to Grange. I'm not talking about sending them back to
basic education.
It would pay their tuition. That's right.
Okay. So that will pay their school fees, their uniform, the basic things that they need in terms of school.
For that term, yes.
For one term.
For one
yes.
term.
Okay. All right. That is so. How do you feel when you look at the quality of education our children get these days, though?
Having been a teacher myself, I think that I was still in school teaching when I saw the collapse of the system. The rot has eaten into the system. But it would be wrong to make it a general statement applicable to all schools, all universities. There are people who are still committed to teaching the children. Yes, our educational system has suffered so much. It's been raped, if you ask me. They are not in school now, as we speak. Our children are not in school, in the universities. What kind of a system is that allows our children to have periods? Because this thing has a lot of impact on their social life. When they are not in school, when they are not studying, you are leaving them with so much time to engage in vices and antisocial activities. The cult members, this is the right time for them to have their meetings and sales. And you know how, as it is said, of the idle mind being the devil's workshop. When they are frequently out of school, it gives too much time for evil to brew. Yes? Quality of education, the teachers mean well, if you ask me, but these disruptions have terribly dealt a blow to our educational system.
Thank you very much. We will have to wrap it up now, but just before we go, we've got to let you know you're going to have to sing us out.
When you're reading my mind.
Let's try a deal. I'll be the lead singer, but you'll have to chorus as well.
No.
Yes, why
I
not?
can't sing to save my own life. But we
I
will
can
let
help.
you. Okay,
You can,
good.
yeah,
She
you can
will help
hum
you.
or
So we'll
laugh.
just